Hey, Jenna! Have you seen my special sand shovel?
Everything's so hungry, and you said something really, really cool.
No, the purple glittery one. Okay. Oh, hey guys, don't mind me. I'm just about to go make some amazing sand castles. Got my beach ball, and I got my special bucket right here. The best part about sand castles is how sturdy they are, right? I mean, nothing can smash sand castles. Wow. That's crazy. I guess sandcastles aren't as sturdy as I thought. Oh well. In today's lesson, we're going to end our series on the Sermon of the Mount. Jesus finishes his entire message on building our life on God and God alone. But before we do that, I want to talk about last week's message. We talked about seeking God's kingdom first before anything else. We are not able to store up the amount of food, clothing, or money that we need to live life. But God is a good Father, and He knows exactly what we need to fulfill the calling that He has given us. There is no way that we can store up everything we need, but God and God alone is our provider. So Jesus ended the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew chapter 7, and it says this: "Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them may be compared to a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house, and yet it did not fall, for it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not act on them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house, and it fell, and great was its fall." When Jesus had finished these words, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, for he was teaching them as one having authority and not as their scribes. Did you notice that Jesus said the wise man built his house on the rock? Not a rock, the rock. You see, most houses are built on a rock-steady foundation. But Jesus wasn't talking about houses. He was talking about the life that we live. He was saying that if we listened and followed Jesus, that our life would be built on the rock, which is Jesus. But if we didn't, it would be like the sandcastle that got destroyed in that clip earlier. Why? Because sand moves when you pour water on it. It's constantly changing, whether it's wet, dry, or you mix it with other things. Did you catch the other thing in the story? Did you notice that even though the wise man and the foolish man both built houses, that the storms still hit both of them? You see, we follow Jesus, but that doesn't mean that our life is going to be absolutely perfect and completely problem-free. Storms will come. Winds will slam against our life, but if we are founded on the rock, who is Jesus, then we will not fall. I can't even imagine how many storms you or your family have been through. My mom was just diagnosed with cancer this past year. She went in for a normal checkup, and they found cancer in her body, just like that. When the doctor reported it to her, she looked at him and she said this: "My life is in the hands of the Lord." My mom went on an unbearable, grueling journey of chemotherapy and doctor appointments. But as of a few weeks ago, my mom has recovered and is headed in the right direction. My mom understood that her life was not her own. Her life wasn't dependent on a job or a doctor's report or how good life was or wasn't or anything else. Her life was in the hands of God and God alone. You see, you can begin to build your life on the rock of Christ right now. So how do you do this? Well, you can start by talking to your parents or guardians. You can read the Bible and begin to memorize scripture. This helps us by getting God's heart and building a relationship with Him. You can pray by having a conversation with God. Tell Him what you're thankful for, or spend time listening as He speaks to you. Most importantly, know that God has great plans for you. You see, you don't have to be perfect or get everything right. All you need to do is trust Him, obey Him, love Him, and He will guide you and lead you in every season and every day of your life, no matter if the storms come or if they don't. Impact, I love you guys. I say this all the time, but I literally cannot wait to meet in person again. This is going to be a great year, and God has amazing things for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you here online next week. Have a great day.